These cinematic motivational shorts are absolutely blowing up right now across Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube Shorts, causing accounts to scale their followers and engagement almost overnight. Whether you are currently running a theme page, a dedicated creator channel, or even a small local business, folding this style into your content mix right now means you are still in the early innings with massive upside potential. Seriously, make a mental note of this conversation because you will definitely want to remember me when you finally cross that major milestone of 100,000 followers. Check this out because one of the specific reels that truly inspired this tutorial today managed to capture an astonishing 1.5 million likes. Yes, you heard that correctly. We are talking about a staggering 1.5 million positive interactions on a single piece of short form content. Today, I promise to walk you through the entire comprehensive process from A all the way to Z with absolutely no gatekeeping and certainly no unnecessary fluff. We are intentionally keeping the entire method simple so that you can actually execute these steps immediately, especially if you are trying out an entirely new editing style for the very first time. The single fastest and most effective way to master any new skill is by first copying exactly what is already proven to work, and only then should you begin to introduce your own unique creative twist. Don't waste time reinventing the wheel when you are just starting out. That necessary step can definitely come much later in your journey. So, step 1 is to strategically find the clear outliers, meaning you must identify the absolute best performing posts within the specific niche you are currently trying to emulate. I typically select a page that is already demonstrably doing very well, and I just scroll through their recent reels, looking for sudden massive spikes in performance like 70K, then 50K, then 40K, and then bam, 11 million views. That specific massive performance spike becomes your immediate blueprint for success in the style you are aiming for. You absolutely should not copy the content word for word verbatim, but you must meticulously analyze the structure, noting where they made the cuts, what kind of imagery they chose, and which part of the speech actually drives the hook. You need to place that successful reference video right next to your primary editing workspace as you work. This reference footage then effectively becomes your essential editing compass to guide every single decision you make. Now, here is the absolutely modern shortcut that I see far too many people sleeping on. Utilize an AI tool to significantly speed up that entire highlight finding process. Instead of manually scrubbing through countless hours of a long-form podcast or interview, you can simply upload the source file and let the artificial intelligence pull out all the truly viral moments for you. The software literally spits out ready-to-post clips that are already pre-optimized for maximum viewer attention right from the start. This crucial automation step alone saves you hours and hours of tedious A/B testing just to figure out which exact segment of a long interview will actually clip well. You can certainly still go in later to tweak the final cut and carefully add your own custom B-roll, but the truly heavy lifting of finding those high-retention snippets is expertly handled by the AI. Once you have successfully secured your primary source clip, whether it came from a podcast, an interview, or even a powerful movie speech, you need to immediately trim it down to the single moment that truly slaps. Always avoid unnecessary long buildups. You must jump straight to the most exciting climax of the entire segment. Maintain viewer retention at all costs by diligently cutting out any periods of pure silence and removing any form of flabby, unnecessary let-in material. If you are relying on a basic editor that lacks automated silence detection, you will clearly see those dead gaps in the audio waveform and will need to cut them out manually. However, the advantage of using a tool like Vizard is that it automatically eliminates a significant portion of that dead space for you before you even start polishing. Next up, we need to talk about sourcing the best B-roll footage to keep things visually interesting throughout your short video. Right now, many successful creators are utilizing platforms like Pinterest as a secret stash for downloading dynamic animations, beautiful cinematic shots, and interesting abstract visuals that vibe with their spoken message. As a general rule of thumb, I personally like to grab at least 6 to 10 different high-quality clips for every single short I plan to publish. If you want to be both extra lazy and incredibly efficient at the same time, you can even ask the AI tool to recommend appropriate B-roll or poll-related stock footage directly from its integrations. Otherwise, you simply download your handpicked Pinterest selections and seamlessly drag those clips directly into your editing timeline. Now, let's discuss composition and that very specific frame look you see dominating a lot of these currently viral reels. The signature black border featuring nice rounded corners that makes the entire presentation pop immediately on Instagram. If you are looking for the quickest way to achieve this exact popular style, a mobile editor like CapCut is incredibly straightforward for handling this particular effect. You start by adding a solid black layer underneath your main footage, then you mask it into a perfect rectangle with nicely rounded corners, and finally invert the mask so your video sits snugly inside that boundary. Make sure you perfectly center your main shot underneath that newly created mask and then lock that clip's position to the center point. If your personal preference is to handle all the initial cutting within the AI editor, you can export the selected highlight and then apply this necessary mask effect later in CapCut for that final layer of professional polish. Utilizing hybrid workflows is completely normal these days. Think of using AI for incredible speed and then leaning on classic reliable tools for those critical craft touches. As you are actively cutting and assembling your sequence, keep that vital reference clip visible on a separate track right beside your main edit for easy comparison. Visually observe exactly where the successful creator made their sharp cuts, where they cleverly dropped in B-roll, and precisely where their words hit the screen, and then mimic that established rhythm. Remember, you are deliberately copying the pacing and the specific placement of elements, not the actual underlying content itself. Just focusing on matching that proven pacing and placement alone will make your very first few attempts feel significantly less random and much more professional. Text overlays are absolutely huge for discoverability on these platforms, but one major pitfall to avoid is definitely overdoing the sheer quantity of text you put on screen. One of the biggest mistakes I observe consistently is creators foolishly using 10 different font families and 50 different jarring text effects all within the same short clip. The demonstrably better approach for a clean, modern aesthetic is absolute consistency in your typography choices. Select a single, clean type family, like a good sans serif font for this aesthetic, and then treat the text as an extension of the vocal rhythm, ensuring each important word lands perfectly in sync with the speaker's delivery. You should manually separate individual words so they pop onto the screen in perfect sync, creating an effect that looks almost like a sliding pyramid where words cascade precisely in time with the spoken audio. While automated caption tools can certainly save you a significant amount of time up front, be aware that you will inevitably need to go through and clean up any errors they produce. Fortunately, a capable AI tool auto-generates captions quite well, but I always perform a final pass to micro-tweak the timing to make every single word feel deliberate and impactful. Here is a professional tip. One visually engaging effect people absolutely love is having a specific word literally appear to be embedded within an object, such as the word focus appearing over a sharp, clear eye. You can achieve this cool cinematic look in an editor like CapCut by using its background removal feature to precisely cut around the object, applying the text layer, aligning it perfectly, and then voila, the effect is complete. If you happen to be an After Effects specialist, you can certainly achieve far more advanced tracking and complex composite tricks, but that level of detail requires a significant investment of dedicated time. The reality is that the AI tool will not completely replace After Effects for those hyper-detailed, highly specific composites, but it will readily get you about 70 to 80% of the way there almost instantly. The general recommendation is to use the advanced software when you specifically want signature, unique looks, and you have the necessary time available, but use the AI for achieving high volume and rapid output. Never forget that the overall audio quality matters just as much as the quality of your visuals when trying to keep viewers engaged until the very end. In addition to the main background music, make sure to try layering subtle ambient audio, like the sound of waves for a beach clip, gentle birdsong for nature scenes, or a low subway hum for urban shots. These small, subtle sound textures are what truly make the final edit feel richer, more immersive, and far more professional to the ear. If you happen to be working within an editor like CapCut, remember to manually drop in small, specific Foley clips to enhance key moments. Even when using an AI editor's output, you can often still go back into its interface to add those crucial additional sound layers after the initial clip generation. Also, it is vital to reduce any distracting background noise on your main vocal track because almost every competent editor has a simple one-toggle denoise function available. Properly executing this simple noise reduction step ensures that the primary speech remains consistently clean, clear, and commanding throughout the entire short. The final color grade applied to your footage is ultimately a highly creative choice that defines your channel's mood. Some successful pages opt for a very moody, desaturated, black and white look, while others choose to go extremely bright and super vivid with their final presentation. You must pick one specific palette and then rigidly stick to it across all your subsequent videos so your channel can quickly begin to build a recognizable and cohesive visual brand identity. Here is one neat trick specifically for styling text. Create the text element as a compound clip and then set its blend mode to something like soft light, which gives it a subtle, textured, and integrated appearance rather than just looking like flat text laid on top. You can easily execute this text blending technique in editors like CapCut or within After Effects for those more advanced projects. While the AI tool can apply some basic color presets right out of the box for truly custom nuanced grades, I always prefer to export the final piece and finish the grading process in a traditional, high-end editor. Regarding captions and timing, a critical mistake is relying 100% on the initial auto-generated subtitles because even the best systems frequently misunderstand niche slang and common filler words. The definitive viral style here demands precise word-by-word emphasis, meaning you should detach individual words and meticulously time their appearance to match the exact audio peaks in the speaker's voice. Yes, this level of granular detail is admittedly manual and requires significant patience, but it is precisely this diligent work that elevates your final edit to feel truly premium. The AI helps by surfacing the good auto captions initially, which then gives you a solid starting point to go in and apply those necessary micro adjustments yourself. Now we must discuss the competition because this question comes up constantly. Is the free editing software CapCut truly sufficient for this level of production? Many people also ask what the deal is with other AI editing platforms on the market that promise similar automation features. CapCut is an absolutely awesome and largely free tool for many tasks, but it inherently remains a more manual process where you still have to find all the clips, manually mark the in and out points, and handle all the captioning and scheduling yourself. On the other end of the spectrum, After Effects offers incredible control over every minute detail, but it demands a substantial investment in both learned skill and significant dedicated time. Other so-called dedicated AI editors might successfully auto-clip your content, but they often come with a high price tag, lack essential built-in publishing schedules, or their generated clips are simply too generic and miss those crucial emotional beats. The AI editing tool we are discussing sits perfectly in that highly desired sweet spot. It offers smart auto editing that actually selects those high retention moments, includes built-in scheduling so you can simply set your frequency and then forget it, and features a content calendar to help you plan and push your content all from one centralized location. Essentially, you gain the necessary speed of automation without sacrificing your ability to go back in later and apply that final, critical polish. Here is one small but incredibly powerful workflow that I personally rely on. run all your long source videos through the AI, select your favorite 6 to 10 AI suggested clips, export only the very best ones, and then batch finish the final polish in a tool like CapCut for the signature rounded frame and any fancy text treatments. After all that is done, you then upload the finished product directly to the AI's built-in scheduler or push it straight out to your various social media platforms. This incredibly effective hybrid approach successfully multiplies your potential output volume while ensuring that the overall quality of your final product remains consistently high. It is also crucial to always be mindful of maintaining a unique visual identity in your content, because in such a crowded market, your ultimate competitive edge lies in a consistent visual hook or a very specific niche motif. Perhaps your signature is always using subtle anime overlays, maybe you exclusively use a purple and white text combination, or you consistently drop in a very specific, recognizable sound design element. These subtle, repeated elements become memorable cues that help viewers instantly recognize your content as it scrolls by on their feeds. A consistently applied visual filter, a specific signature font combination, or the repeated use of certain iconography does an incredible amount for long-term brand recall. If you are actively looking for helpful resources to implement these ideas immediately, I have a curated hooks folder filled with short, incredibly effective opening lines and beat ideas that tend to perform exceptionally well. To get your hands on that valuable folder, simply send me a direct message on Instagram with the single word hooks, and I will make sure to send it right over to you. I will also frequently be sharing quick, actionable tips and raw edit walkthroughs directly within that DM channel that often don't even make it onto the main YouTube channel. And if you are looking for deeper community feedback on your own work, I highly encourage you to hop into the associated Discord server where we conduct weekly video reviews, share valuable templates, and actively help each other iterate faster. Here is the final, comprehensive checklist you need to perfectly replicate these currently viral motivational reels. Pick a high energy speech, absolutely nail the hook, cut immediately to the climax, remove all dead silence, layer in cinematic B-roll, use a clean and consistent font, animate those words precisely to the speech beat, add subtle ambient sound textures, color grade consistently for mood, use masks and rounded frames for style, and finally, batch your uploads using a scheduler so you maintain relentless consistency. Make sure you use the AI tool to quickly find those viral highlights, automate your publishing schedule, and manage your entire pipeline within the content calendar so you can finally stop overthinking and actually start scaling your presence. To give you an example, here is how a final, perfectly assembled edit might sound and look. Come close to the screen and listen. People don't have to like you, they don't have to love you, they don't even have to respect you, but when you look in the mirror, you better love what you see. That specific line connects with an audience so powerfully because it is intentionally short, deeply personal, and perfectly timed to align with the accompanying powerful visuals. That powerful, impactful moment is precisely the kind of viral snippet that a smart AI tool like Vizard can efficiently find for you within a massive 90-minute long podcast recording. Never forget that the actual difference between content that goes truly viral and content that is simply forgettable often boils down to your level of consistency and the final polish, not some kind of inherent magic trick. The specific systems you meticulously build, your reusable templates, your proven hook library, your established color palettes, plus a smart tool that genuinely helps you scale will get you to your goals much faster than trying to build everything from scratch in a traditional editor every single time. If you genuinely want a real deep dive into successfully warming up a brand new account, repurposing your long-form content into daily short-form hits, or building a content calendar that actually drives measurable audience growth, you should absolutely check the linked video and join the Discord immediately, as we are doing live reviews and sharing the exact current workflows people are using to go viral right now. For some of you watching today, your entire content trajectory can genuinely change just by consistently applying a few of these specific tactics over the course of the next couple of weeks. This is precisely why I dedicate time to creating these guides. It is to genuinely help motivated people like you achieve massive growth. Now, let's all get to work right away and start the crucial process of transforming all that existing long-form gold you already have into a consistent stream of daily short-form hits.